But if that's the pursuit that you want to go down, then tell me what the attributes that you would have had.
No.
Okay.
That I would challenge why I need to be a professional footballer. Because I think there was a point that it changed where I went from wanting to be a professional footballer because I loved it to wanting to be a professional footballer because this person said I couldn't be, or because I felt inadequate in this sense. Most of my progress was made once I was more, I need to be a professional footballer because of this. That's inadequacy.
Reason. I started off because everyone thought that I couldn't, and then I realized that was the wrong way of doing it, and then I was like, I want to do it because I believe I can do it.
See, I had the opposite view. Good luck to my ancestors.
Hope they're well.
Hope they're well.
Great little caviar.
Very good caviar.
Welcome to the SCULPTED podcast. Guys, today
We're not doing this all episode, mate.
all episode
Dude.
Chris
Williamson.
is
Okay, we're not doing this. We'd have to spend way too much preparation time.
way too much preparation time.
I don't even know what I'm gonna say. Imagine if we had to coordinate what we're both saying.
Yeah, pretty
One word.
That would be a fun game, actually. Would it? Yeah, a little bit.
We should do that in our free time.
Not in our free time.
It would look, it would
my
look
free time.
like the most thing I've ever seen in my life. I'm not sure if that can stay in.
If I speak, I'm in trouble. We can cut that if you want. Okay. The agenda.
The agenda.
Segments.
Do we do segments or do we just go straight into? Because I think this can be a special Chris Williamson self-discovery review talk.
Okay, but I want to go through let's just do one thing first.
Okay.
Advice. The older you get, the more... No. Oh.
So now you've just seen how Nick picks and chooses what the segments he shows. He's like, this'll show the best of me.
No, it was Alfio's thing, that's why.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Was it an inappropriate one?
Oh my gosh.
What?
Oh, wait, sorry.
Your technical desert.
I actually slipped, buddy.
Buddy. Are you buddying me? Sorry. Yeah, good.
Oh, I deleted it. No.
That's a flaw in the notion.
It is a flaw in the notion. I like it. Damn it. It was a crazy thing. It was like, what? How do I can't say anything that doesn't sound crazy in the podcast. So
okay, can we cut it? I really want to know.
Okay.
So are we having a segment first or are we going to get
yeah.
straight into it?
Segment. We've got to get someone just to break the ice, I feel.
Okay.
Moral dilemma?
Sure.
What do we got? Okay. You've been on a cruise for 2 days when there's an accident that forces everyone on board to abandon ship. During the evacuation, one of the boats is damaged, leaving it with a hole that fills it with water. You figure out that with 10 people in the boat, you can keep the boat afloat by having 9 people scoop the filling water out by hand for 10 minutes, while the 10th person rests. After that person's 10-minute rest, he or she will get back to work while another person rests, and so on. This should keep the boat from sinking long enough for a rescue team to find you, as long as it happens within 5 hours. You're taking your first break when you notice your best friend in a sound lifeboat with only 9 people in it, and he beckons you to swim over and join them, so you won't have to keep bailing out water. If you leave the people in the sinking boat, they will only be able to stay afloat for 2 hours instead of 5, decreasing their chance of being rescued, but securing yours. What do you do? That's crazy. Do you get it?
Yeah, I get it. Why wouldn't you stay in that boat?
Yeah, if it's like a guarantee. Well, it's not guaranteed. So I guess that's the thing. If it isn't guaranteed that you're surviving.
But I don't know if it's a guarantee that you're surviving in the
one?
safe lifeboat either.
But
It's just a safe lifeboat. Doesn't mean that someone's going to come save you.
I would say that you have the same opportunity in the first 5 hours that your boat will survive for. But assuming that there's no chance of surviving after that time, then it's like...
Okay, do we limit the question to only 5 hours?
Yeah.
I'd probably... this is what I'd do. I would look at the demographic of the 9 people in my boat. If I think that they have the fitness capacity to keep doing that for 5 hours or the foreseeable future, I'd be like, okay, I have faith in them. If I'm with a bunch of grandmas with arthritis,
Yeah.
I'd probably be like, see you later.
See you later in terms of,
I'd go on the other boat.
and you'd just let the grandmas with arthritis go out.
Yeah.
Fair play.
Because I would think that even if I stayed, they probably wouldn't have the fitness capacity
Yeah,
to be able to keep the boat afloat.
Would it be possible for you to get one of the grandmas and like throw her onto the safe boat, and you go down with the 8 other grandmas?
Why would I do that?
Because you're so selfless and a good guy.
Oh, but I'm not.
That's good. Came to that conclusion.
What about you?
No, I would probably do something a little bit different, which I would probably gaslight everyone on the boat to think that they're meant to be on that boat and that I'm actually meant for that boat. And so that once I go to that boat, they at least feel okay.
They would cheer you onto the safe boat.
Yeah. Go, save the world.
They would believe your manipulated narrative. Flashback to last episode. Yeah.
And I'd try and make sure that me knowing that I'm doing the wrong decision by them, that at least they think that they're doing the right thing by letting me
And you'd reframe it as well to fit your narrative, being like,
I was the chosen one.
I was the chosen. That is crazy. I was the chosen one to survive.
Is that too crazy to say on the pod?
No.
I'm saying it like the Lego movie.
Sure.
The chosen one.
They're getting a small insight into your grandiose delusions.
Yeah, is that a little bit too much?
No, you are the chosen one, Nick. The chosen one to make so many arrogant comments.
Remember that we said the grandiose delusion thing can't be said out aloud? We might have to caveat it with something. Because I don't have a grandiose delusion, guys.
No, he doesn't suffer from grandiose delusions, but he has...
I pick and choose.
Yeah. The way he manipulates his narrative is just...
Grandiose.
To fit that he's the chosen one. And that small, insignificant movements in trees mean that he's going to live a Michael Jordan, prosperous David Goggins life. That's what we mean by grandiose.
Someone's got to do it, and I'll happily take that hit for everyone else.
It's like when you thought you had cancer. It's true, no?
Yeah.
Why are we cutting that?
It can be kept in. That's all good. Just without context, it's kind of crazy. Because it's like,
no, but they know your story. You're the chosen one.
What?
See, that's the world
saying
that they want to hear me more.
Sorry,
if you believed in paranormal activity and ghosts and stuff, let me get you back here. Come over here. No, the listeners don't want it over the... Oh, yeah.
It will make its way back over anyway. The band's pushing it that way.
Oh, wow, you're smart.
You're almost out of shot.
I know. They don't need to see me.
Tell me about it.
Whoa, Nicholas.
Look at that.
What the hell does that
Just on me. Sorry, we'll get you in a sec. The cameraman today is really smooth, actually. He's like buttery soft with the techers.
Buttery soft with the techers. Yeah, well explained.
So look at that.
Yeah, Charlie's got a steady hand today.
Charlie has a history of the least steady hand.
Hey. Said to his face, he'll beat you up. He will. Actually, no, you're intermittent fasting. It's scientifically proven to make you 83% better at fighting.
Yeah.
It's good? Yeah. Okay.
I remember that. So Jesus, when he was on his 40-day fast and he had nothing left, do you think he would have been prime Mike Tyson?
He actually won the UFC. It's a scientific fact. That's crazy that happened. I think it was in Genesis.
Genesis?
Genesis is Old Testament.
That's so funny because I don't think Jesus was around in that. Genesis.
Yeah. No, it was in Paul, Apostle Paul.
Woo! Big up, hope he's well, friend of the pod.
Is that actually correct?
The Apostle Paul, yeah.
Who were the two that Paul turned into someone? Don't tell me.
It was the other way around.
Someone turned into Paul.
Yeah, they rhyme.
Saul.
There you go.
Honestly. I am learning something on this podcast.
Jordan Peterson.
Because
he's a biblical scholar. Did you know that?
Yeah, I know that.
Yeah. He just chucks out Bible verses like it's, I don't know, an apple.
Like he's That's also one of your side hustles recently.
Yeah.
You're becoming a rapper.
Yeah, I have been.
Yeah.
We could go quick bar for bar. Like maybe give me a bit of info and I can hit something up.
No, maybe we wait until you release your
Mixtape. Well, it doesn't sound as cool coming out of my mouth out loud, does it? Yes, I will release my
No, Nick, it's never cool. If you looked at our text message chat on WhatsApp, there's usually a random, like, we'll start off talking about something serious or something work related or I don't know, something about our lives.
something.
And then Nick will caviar that by bringing some other story up, and then we'll rap about that story.
Yeah.
And then hype himself up.
Yeah. Oh, that was the best one yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's usually that. Or it'll be a voice note reacting to how good his...
I can't believe I said that one.
Yeah. And it's usually, I'll open the WhatsApp to 7,053 messages, and 6,000 of them are you hyping yourself up after. But I'm here for it.
Someone's got to do it.
Self-love is really important.
You know, if no one's got to do it, I've got to do it.
That makes no sense. You are the chosen one. Come on, Mike.
Yeah.
Over here.
Not doing it.
Oh, it's sort of. It's rocking.
A little bit. Paranormal.
Rockabye.
Actually, Alfie wants to do a topic on paranormal activity.
We should do that. I don't know how sculpted that is.
Yeah, it's not the most sculpted.
I mean, we did speak about salmonella in Budapest.
That's a sculpted story.
Very, very sculpted.
But
okay, should we get into our...
Rick Williamson.
Yeah?
There was a bit of caviar there, although caviar is one of the finest delicacies.
It is one of the
I
finest.
can't wait until we have a caviar brand actually worth it up. It's bound to happen.
Oh, I had caviar the other day.
Where?
My sister's graduation. It was very eastern suburbs.
Yeah, okay.
And they had... You pay a lot of money to go to this function.
Yeah.
And they have meals that are about this size.
Yeah.
And in it was caviar.
Wow, how did you like it?
Awful.
Really?
It wasn't great. It was orange caviar, though.
Oh, okay, that's...
I don't know why.
It's salmon.
No, it wasn't. It was definitely caviar.
No, salmon caviar.
Salmon caviar?
Yeah, bro.
You can have salmon caviar?
Caviar is literally just fish egg.
Ah.
Yeah.
Maybe it was salmon caviar.
I'm pretty sure it is.
Wow, you are actually a
connoisseur
of caviar.
I watch all the caviar videos. Of how they like...
It really
caviar.
wouldn't surprise me.
Oh, I do. I'm not kidding. Caviar farm.
Have you always had a fascination with caviar?
With the conversational caviar, yeah.
Okay.
It's more like the lack of attention span.
Lack of the sort of undiagnosed ADHD.
Yeah.
I'm allowed to say that.
Diagnosed, just for the sake of it.
No, I said undiagnosed.
Yeah, this is all wasps. Gosh, I hate wasps.
One time when I was at church for Christmas, I put my hand on a wasp nest.
You said that, and that's the scariest thing.
Have I? Oh, sorry. That's the end of our friendship. When we start repeating stories, it means that we really need to have an intervention.
No longer speak to each other ever again.
I agree.
Yeah. Gosh. All right. Well, back onto a topic. Chris Williamson.
Onto a topic.
Onto a topic. We'll pick one. Chris Williamson.
Yes. We went to his quite a while ago now.
Yeah, a month and a bit ago.
Was it a month and a bit ago? Wow.
November the 9th or so.
Okay, so pretty much
a month.
Almost literally a month tomorrow. Yeah, we went to his talk in Sydney.
Yeah.
And we're going to speak about, even though Nick doesn't have his notes, lack of preparation, I'm not sure. Not my words, maybe your words. What resonated with us from what he spoke about. A bit more context, I'm a big Chris Williamson fan. I listen to most of his podcasts. Nick is more of a plastic fan, but and
day one plastic.
Day one plastic. He is a day one plastic. But
I thought he was an old guy.
You thought he was an old, and are you ageist, are you?
Yeah, I wouldn't listen to old guys.
They've got too much wisdom.
They got nothing good to say. But the gulp was crazy.
Yeah. I'm sure they think, imagine if they listened to your Boss Man petrol station story, and you've just said,
and they're like, that one's a good one, actually.
No, they would.
That's a great take.
I'm sure old people listen to this podcast.
I do force my grandma to watch it.
Is she old? Are you assuming her age?
How could my grandma be young?
We never know. It's 2025.
Keep going.
Keep going. Okay. My first topic that I remembered was don't worry what people think about you or whether they like you or not. Most people don't like themselves. What do you think about that?
I've also got a take on that where it's like yesterday, for example, I won't say what it was to the camera,
Yeah.
but like I was like, no one actually cares about me. Like they can act like they care about me, but genuinely no one cares about me. Therefore, why do I think that I have to uphold to that the standard, perceived standard, which is manufactured? Yes, it's just
I actually think that's what this is meant for. That's
Yeah.
the right way of interpreting it.
it's like
Because it's not supposed to be in some narcissistic way of being like, other people's opinions don't matter, so I'll do whatever I want. It should be in a fact that social awareness, you don't have to be so socially aware because really most people are just worrying about themselves.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. I mean, if you think about it from yourself, do you worry about yourself more than others?
Innately, yes.
So, using that same logic, when you're in a social environment or something like that, and you were to see someone who, let's say the group is using as an example, either good or bad, in that situation, even though you're projecting your, let's say, thoughts onto that person or using them as a scapegoat or maybe even just a conversational starter, do you still care about yourself more in that situation?
You would be because you'd want social approval.
Exactly. And you would probably either belittle them or compare yourself to them and how they're
Yeah.
inferior to you for social.
I wouldn't even say it that is, I don't even think it's that mean intention or the such negatively intentioned.
Okay.
I think it's because really most people actually, I would say even bullies, they don't really care about demeaning someone else. It's more about how it elevates them.
We spoke about this last episode where I was talking about opinions, and I was explaining how, like, if you're using other people as a way to make fun of them in a social environment, you're typically taking their joy and like compounding it onto you for social gain. And it's a very easy way to get social gain, to be like the funny guy and pick on others. And it's like you're stealing that person's joy, everything like that, at their expense. And it's very selfish to do. And like, I will admit, I've definitely done that before, the social gain, but I've also probably been the victim of it much more than I give.
Yeah.
Which in that case, it's like, I would
But I think there's a blurred line with that. And I
There is a
actually
blurred line.
had a discussion with someone recently about it. So you know how we as friends as well will insult each other and like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? But I wouldn't explain it as we're taking joy from the other person to get social approval.
Because we're also doing it just on our, like, by ourselves.
True. Yeah, that's also true. But I also think that it is a point where, because we know innately that if actually push came to shove, you care about like my problems, and I would be there for you too. So it's almost like there's more of that than there is more of like the joking insults. So you almost can tell the intention behind it. Whereas, do you think the difference is just trying to profit socially from someone else's expense? It's because there isn't that other side of the friendship or other side of that interaction.
Yeah, I would say that. Also, I'm clipping your part there, just in case you're thinking I'm about to cook. I just assume it's always you.
Because you are the chosen one, Nicholas.
Don't worry, I clip your sauce. Don't worry. I think that, guys, there's always this unspoken, like, social understanding between guys. We are typically always going to give criticism back in the form of like a soft joke. And that's our way of giving criticism. Because guys know that if we were being serious about it, it's a fight. And guys always know that there's an underlying tension.
I don't think so. Really?
Yeah, guys know that there's always an
I wouldn't have a fight with someone.
No, but there's an underlying tension. If I was to really insult someone, the reason why it wouldn't go to the extreme is because I know that if it does, it could result in a fight.
Yes.
And whereas girls are going to be different in that. And that's going to be a bit of a hassle-ful in life, maybe. That's crazy. We'll keep going. Anyways, there's an underlying tension towards all things with guys, which is worst comes to worst, it will be a fight. Therefore, we're always trying to avoid that. And it's why guys aren't as confrontational. Because it's like, I know that it could be really bad. Therefore,
And
even
it's
if
a very Australian thing as well.
it's very, yeah,
It is a very Australian thing.
yeah.
Have you noticed that? I've got a friend from football who's German, and he always points it out to me.
Really?
He says he's like, he's very happy to have tough conversations and be confrontational,
Yeah,
but not in a bad way, but just like have those conversations.
yeah,
He says what I've noticed about Aussies is they never like those. They avoid it.
yeah.
They never have those conversations.
Who's this German guy? I never know.
Yanni
Who?
Schmidt.
I don't know.
Yeah, he's.
Where from?
Oh, why did I give him a free shout out? He's a really good guy.
Where from?
From, I don't know, in Germany.
No, like team.
Team used to play at Dunbar. He's a coach as well.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Your age?
No, older, like 30.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
Hope he's well.
I hope he's well. Good
So-
guy.
I would say that yes, in Australia it's more prevalent. In Europe, for example, it is very much more confrontational.
Yeah.
In terms of like, yeah, in Germany, I'd say the Germans are most confrontational. If a German doesn't agree with you, they'll be very serious and say it to you. I mean, it depends whereabouts. Like, for example, like if I'm in the south of Germany, the coach will say, "I don't like this about you," and they'll be very, very honest in how they don't like you. And I prefer to function that way.
Actually, that's an unbelievable skill
Yeah,
because I would struggle with that 100%.
I would say I would excel in that. Although because of the environment that we live in, it's a two-way thing.
Would you be able to do that to people you care about?
Yeah. Well, yeah, definitely.
Really?
I do that with Alfie all the time.
Wow.
We spoke about that last episode of Alfie.
Okay.
And like when we were on the car trip home, kind of like our conversation last night, but it was more like me saying to Alfie, bringing it up.
Yeah.
And yeah, like that was like more,
Yeah.
I wouldn't say confrontational because I definitely delivered it in the
Yeah.
appropriate manner, but like, I think that
It could be tough to hear for them.
Yeah.
Because that's how I think is that the reason I would not avoid it, but steer away from it. It is actually a flaw that because I would think I wouldn't want to put them in a situation where I'm making them feel bad. So I'll try to accommodate my own behavior to be like, oh, it's okay for them.
We probably got to speak up a little bit,
Okay.
but that was loud. But I think like one thing that, so,
We really have caviar.
no, but this is good.
We'll bring it back.
Guys typically don't like confrontation. We steer away because we know there's an underlying degree of violence at any point. Therefore, we're not as aggressive with how we speak to each other because we know if it was to ever go anywhere, it would turn bad for everyone.
Yes.
Because it does turn bad for everyone. So guys will always try and make something more softly spoken.
And your survival instinct, you want to be in groups and be with people as well.
Yeah.
Imagine if you were really honest with everyone and you turned off everyone. Even if
And you're by yourself.
yeah,
Because you turn off everyone.
yeah. Even if you're trying to have their best intention at heart and trying to improve their life. I think it is actually a balance as well. Imagine if you were so honest with everyone that you were that person.
Yeah.
Friends would probably not want to hear that all the time.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think maybe it is like we've evolved to almost try to be a bit more accommodating.
This is a good point because it's like that lone wolf could be actually the best friend, but because he's perceived as giving you the truth,
Exactly.
it's like, no, because he's too truthful. He makes
Yeah.
me feel, not to be that guy, but I would say that's almost me to a degree. Do you know what I mean? In terms
But you've got your other side.
yeah, I've got my other side of selfishness. So it's like, I don't really
Yeah,
have
you're judgmental and selfish. The best of both worlds.
the best of both worlds. And in that case, it's like, the people who I interact with, they know that I might have a capacity for it, but then they also might know that I don't feel bothered to even intervene in their life
Yeah.
if they're just, a sub character.
Sub
extra.
character in your documentary.
Yeah. They're just in the background.
Yes. Do you think we touched on that enough?
I think that's a very good point.
I think it is as well.
Yeah. There was one extra point that I was going to add, but I can't remember it.
Don't worry what people think about you or whether they like you or not. I think that is as well in terms of your purpose and striving for ambition. A lot of people, they need activation energy. It's be do have, right? You almost want to have the external material objects to see that like, oh, it's okay that this person is creating a business or doing their own thing that's risky, because they've already got the reward from it. You know what I mean? I think that's what drives a lot of people. But really, that person, do you think they're very happy internally as well? I'm not too sure. And really, even if they're not, it is irrelevant what they are thinking about your pursuit.
It's irrelevant what they're thinking about your pursuit because how much of an impact does it actually have other than affecting how you think about that thing?
Yep.
Like, if someone thinks that I'm doing the wrong thing and all that they're doing to make me feel bad about that is just thinking it, and then that makes me feel bad about the thing, then the only thing that they have impact on is how you think about it. It doesn't impact everything.
They have impact over your own mind, and really, no person should really have that impact.
Yeah.
Besides you.
They're living rent free.
Yeah. This sort of makes me bring up something I was speaking to someone about is Ronaldo, right? Would you swap lives with Ronaldo if you could?
Firstly, big up, Stoke as well, friend of the pod.
Yeah. I don't think he's going to be friend of the pod after I say what I'm going to say.
Oh, what? Really? I love Ronaldo.
I love Ronaldo, so.
Anyways, if I would, I'd be getting myself in a lot. Getting myself into Ronaldo's positions. I think that if I had gotten myself up progressively, lived every single minute of Ronaldo's life, yes. But I wouldn't want to just be dropped there.
Why? So you'd want Ronaldo's... No, I'm not saying you are Ronaldo. I'm not saying...
Oh yeah, I'd cop that.
You would?
Because I have gotten to the position where I can be Ronaldo because I've gone through all the hardships of being at that level.
Okay. I feel like this is going to be good. It's actually going to challenge you.
Okay.
Do you think Ronaldo is mentally happy? Like, his internal state, do you think he's okay with himself?
Blue dot effect. I think Ronaldo's like me where he can rationalize anything to be positive.
I completely disagree.
Land.
The fact that he's 39 and still having to chase goals when he's achieved absolutely everything.
Yeah.
He's got everything.
Maybe he is happy playing football.
You can tell he's not. You can tell when he's playing if he was happy when he was playing football, when he wasn't scoring and he was still out there kicking a ball around, he'd be fine. But he's got this he's being dragged, I think. He's driven, but he's being dragged to really fulfill these goals that, and let's be honest, everyone will compare him to Messi no matter what he achieves. And I think he's achieved so much that I don't think he should have to prove anything, but he's still trying to prove something to himself.
I don't think
and it's really sad.
I don't think that's sad. I think that's just literally the life that he chose.
I don't think he chose it.
It's just a necessary evil.
Why does he have to keep justifying his existence?
He chose to do that. He doesn't have
I don't think he has chosen to do that.
Well, why did Mike Tyson choose to fight Jake Paul?
Because he needed the money.
So you think that wasn't even a choice? You think that was just...
He needed the money.
In my opinion, that's a choice.
That is a choice, but you're pushed in that direction.
If that wasn't to happen, and there was no fight in the first place, Mike Tyson would have made money another way.
No, not as much money.
Not as much money, but he would have made money. He's Mike Tyson's.
But then also he would want that attention. I don't know if that can...
Why not?
Is he a friend of the pod?
Yeah, Mike Tyson.
We were just speaking about how violence is innate in the male species.
Mike Tyson, if you want to rip off my accent anytime, feel free.
Imagine you see him in some press conference imitating you.
Oh, who's Nick?
Yeah, I'm the chosen one. Yeah, that's what I think about Ronaldo.
Yeah,
because I don't think I would think Messi is more. So, would you think Michael Jordan is mentally okay?
I would say blue dot effect again.
When I say mentally okay, but blue dot effect is not. You can't say it in that sense.
It became personal with me.
Yes,
I do think it's still blue dot effect in terms of respective happiness. Like, do you really think that Ronaldo going out for 90 minutes is the worst few minutes of his life?
Correct.
You think so?
No, obviously not. But that's stupid because we're talking about internal states and it shouldn't be a competition with another person or with, you know what I mean?
So you think that it's just Ronaldo doesn't enjoy his life?
No.
What do you think about Ronaldo then?
I think that he's really trying to scratch an itch that he'll never be able to satisfy.
Maybe he's okay with that.
If he's okay with it, it takes away from his I think for what he's achieved, he's had to think how he has.
Yeah.
But
Just like how vehicle A might not be the same thing goes into vehicle C. Yes, but maybe he just is. Maybe that's just his necessary procedure of football career. Because Messi's doing the same thing.
Messi's not like that, though.
Are you a Messi fan?
No, I'm a Ronaldo fan.
Oh, really?
Yes, I am a Ronaldo fan over Messi. But that's why I can see it. It's because it is sad that he has to try get to 1,000 goals when he's 39.
Yeah.
And he's achieved Did you see him in the last Euros? He was pretty much like crying
Yeah.
when he wasn't scoring.
But Ronaldo's also always been like that.
Correct.
So
Correct. Which means no evolvement. That's what I'm saying, is the outcome, and you should believe this, the outcome doesn't satisfy your internal sense.
I get everything you're saying. I'm being more optimistic on the side of a high performer, hyper rationalizing everything.
He doesn't hyper. I think it's a very rare skill to be able to hyper rationalize. Yes, he would, but I would think that the amount of success he's had in his career, you should, if you do develop as a person as well, I think you would change the way you look, and you'll be able to externally see a change as well.
So why do you think that Ronaldo hasn't had the possibility to change that?
Because he's still trying to satisfy some inner hole in himself.
So you think that every single issue that Ronaldo's ever faced, the only thing that he needs to do to improve himself to the next level is get over this competitive drive? Whatever that
I don't think that's bad. I think it's being able to lean into it when you want.
So you think
That
he's
is his
different?
greatest skill as well. To be able to have that discipline is amazing. But to feel the need to, I think, is the problem.
So you think
Why do you need to do that?
Well, I don't think he does. I agree with you, but do you know as an objective that Ronaldo is sought to score 1,000 goals?
What do you mean sought to?
Like that's his objective.
Yeah, there was a clip that said I'm not stopping until I score 1,000 goals.
Okay, interesting. I haven't.
Yeah. And he's on 900 or something now. So he's going to keep playing. And it's those records, it's those external things that I think he keeps Why else does he want to achieve all of that?
Okay, well, let's say this. If in another 4 years Ronaldo's still playing and he hasn't got that yet, maybe I'll have another conversation. But I think at 39 and playing football still, at his physique and whatnot, to me, it's not too outlandish.
Yeah. But he still thinks he's one of the best in the world. See what I mean? I would think that naturally, imagine, and I think if you're going to grow, you said what you gained from your football career is how you developed as a person, the characteristics you built as well. I would think that everything Ronaldo's achieved, imagine how great he should be to a young player. Imagine how much wisdom he could give to a young player. I'm not saying that he doesn't do that, but I'm still saying he's very self-focused.
Yeah.
And he's achieved so much that I don't think there should be that. Why do you have to keep achieving individual accolades?
Well, just so you know, in League One in the UK, in the third division in Germany, in the A-League here, 25 to 50% of the players also think that they're the best player in the world. They just haven't been found yet.
Correct.
So
actually, I wouldn't think that. I think a lot of it. I think there's probably more percentage than you'd think.
Yeah.
But yes. But that's the thing. No one wants to swap lives with Billy Joe from Perth Glory. You know what I mean? People would look at Ronaldo and be like, he's got everything. I'm saying he doesn't, because you can't just pick and choose what you have from Ronaldo. Yes, he's achieved everything. He's got money. He's got, his life from the outside looks amazing. I don't think his internal state's very good.
I would also agree with you in terms of like I would always say, this is blue dot effect again that I'm coming to, is like the feeling.
But I think
the heights and the pinnacles that Ronaldo feels is so much higher than anyone else has ever experienced in the world. Because that also means that the lows are so much lower because that distance becomes extorted. It's like that height, it's like you're building up. You can't go back down to here.
But
Because
that's you as well saying that external things is the only thing that can give you the most amount of happiness.
That's just an example. I'm saying even, and this is maybe where Ronaldo is insufficient compared to, I don't know, the work-life balance of a 9 to 5 person who says that they're overly satisfied with their life, although they convince themselves of it, let's say, for this example, and Ronaldo just hasn't convinced himself of it because it serves his narrative, but he doesn't see that as an issue.
So do you think that it serves his narrative? That's why he still feels like... Do you think he's aware of that?
Yeah, he's got to be.
Absolutely not.
You don't think that Ronaldo...
Absolutely not.
So you think that you're
Absolutely.
smarter than Ronaldo, and you could, if you were to sit down with Ronaldo, you could teach him a few things.
I'm not saying that.
But you're saying that you think that he lacks awareness.
I'm saying he knows that.
Oh, that's what I was saying.
Yeah, but I'm not saying that he's doing it on purpose. There's knowing it, and in my football career, I knew that I was using football as an avenue to fill some gap.
Yeah.
I didn't change it, and I couldn't change it. I didn't know how to change it.
Yeah.
I thought that was the way through. That's what I'm saying. He knows that he's doing that, but he thinks that's the answer.
So what would your advice to Cristiano Ronaldo be?
I'm not saying that.
And look down the camera.
I'm not saying that because I can't give advice to Cristiano Ronaldo.
Look down the camera and say to
But it's
Cristiano,
his life. He can do what he wants. I'm just saying that, unpopular opinion, I wouldn't want to be Cristiano Ronaldo. I wouldn't want to change lives of Cristiano Ronaldo. No
but
way.
I also, like, if I was like, think about it from the deepest level of would I want to change the lives of Cristiano Ronaldo?
Absolutely not.
Well, no, but I also wouldn't want to change life with any other person.
That's a good answer.
So, no, I wouldn't. But
Yeah.
But if I was to choose between choose between Cristiano Ronaldo's life and another person's life, I'd probably be more inclined to choosing Ronaldo's.
Seriously.
Yeah,
Okay.
because I think that Ronaldo is someone who is an exception, who also has the heights of heights, but then also realizes that he can deal with the lowest of lows because he's been given the gift of heights of heights, and he's been able to sustain.
He's been able to get through lows of football.
You guys think he's been able to go through lows of life?
Yeah, through football.
No.
He lost his kid
Yeah.
and played for Manchester United 3 days later.
Mhm.
And wanted to... I see, it's sort of what we said about like working on yourself in one vertical and no horizontal.
Yeah.
I think that, and it's served Ronaldo very well.
Yeah.
But I think he's used any sort of sadness or any pain. His way is like, well, I can deal with it, which is correct. He can deal with it. But his way of dealing with it is proving his worth, proving his value in football. That's not a very
I get
versatile
what you're saying.
person, human being.
I get what you're saying, and I'd say I probably agree with you there. But also,
And
that's what he chose. So why would we want anything different?
see, I don't know if we agree on the chosen. I just know that, not saying that I'm anything like Ronaldo, but I had the same sort of coping mechanisms to hardships that I believe Ronaldo would have.
Yeah.
Being like, it's going to be this outlet that I'm going to show, like I'm going to fuel the emotion that I'm getting from this sadness or this whatever and fuel it to this avenue. And that's going to help me through it. Yes, it's actually good to kind of move emotion and use it for your benefit. But I think feeling like you have to do that, and that's what I sort of think with Ronaldo. I feel like at 39, that the fact he's still doing that is almost like he feels like he still has to do that. Do you not agree? Or
No, I do
you
agree.
just love Ronaldo that much that you're like, how dare you insult?
I do love Ronaldo that much.
I do love Ronaldo too.
But I would say that it's a necessary evil for the pursuit that he chose. And I think that, correct, he's probably just aware of it. And he knows that to be the Cristiano Ronaldo, he has to suffer through that experience as well. Because if he wasn't Cristiano Ronaldo,
doesn't agree that.
no, because if he wasn't Cristiano Ronaldo, he knows that he'd also be suffering in another vertical, just in a different way. And the same feeling and emotion and struggle that he feels in that, it would be the exact same feeling and emotion and struggle relative to the experiences that he's had, just in a different vertical.
That is like saying that you don't believe in character, like that you can't develop your personality or your character. Because what? So any life that Ronaldo lived, that would mean that he would still have to deal with his problems, say, or deal with his hardships and like the trauma he's been through by satisfying some itch in his career.
Yeah, you're saying that you can't build upon that.
Are you saying that you have to do that?
No, I'm saying that in this circumstance, Ronaldo knows that to get to what he wants or to be what Ronaldo is, he knows that there's always two sides to the coin. If I want to become the richest person in the world, I know that I'm probably not going to have the happiest life because I'm going to have to give up so much. If I want to be the most strong person in the world, I know that I'm going to have a lot less time than others, and it's going to be very painful.
Yeah.
I know that my body's going to be sore.
Yeah.
There's always a necessary evil to the extreme. And for Ronaldo being at such a high extreme, he knows that there's probably negative things that
Consequences.
negative consequences that come with that. And he knows that because the reward is so high, there's probably a really, really big cost of that. And I think that he probably just comes to terms with that and saying, this is what I did, for example. I know that for the pursuit that I want to go down, the loneliness that I sometimes feel is literally just what I should be feeling because it's the pursuit that I want to go down. Therefore, I don't have an issue with it.
Yeah. I guess loneliness is fine. And it depends what you're justifying and rationalizing. The pain. Because I agree with you with that. And it does help you. But then again, from my experience, I know that I used to rationalize everything as you can manipulate a narrative in any way, being like, this means this, that means I have to put it in that direction. You know what I mean?
Yeah. CEO of it.
Yeah. I don't believe that. And I also, part of me believes, because I want to go down sports psychology, I don't believe that you have to have a really bad internal state to be able to be the best footballer in the world or best sportsman in the world.
We'd like to believe.
I do believe. It's a 90-minute game. You're kicking a ball around. Why do you have to be sad? Or why do you have to be filling this gap? You know what I mean?
I've seen a lot of footage of Memphis Depay recently, and he looks like he's having a world of a time.
I agree. And he's playing really well for Corinthians.
He is. But do you think that was consistent throughout his career?
I don't think he enjoyed his football. I bet you when he played his best, he was enjoying his football.
So arguably now?
Maybe I can't say I watch Corinthian games.
Yeah. And I can't say that I've got like a, tell line to him.
Yeah.
So if he is enjoying it, I don't know.
Yeah, I hope he's enjoying it.
I hope he is enjoying it. Friend of the pod.
Yeah.
Big upset as well.
He's
And
got big arms for a footballer, doesn't he?
don't get him started.
Don't you reckon?
Yeah, he's
What?
That's what I believe, bro.
2 hours later.
break up the ice.
Okay.
Yeah, he does have early arms. No Dibby.
No, did he?
W's in the
Okay.
Sorry. I haven't just done this yet.
That might need to get clipped. You need to clip that. This one? No, when I say
Land. Ronaldo. Because this SD card's about to go out.
I'll land on Ronaldo.
If only.
If only. Yeah, I wouldn't swap myself for his internal state. And I think a lot of people sacrifice everything thinking that that's going to be the answer. I think, yes, you're right. He maybe has an awareness of it, but I think it's still a small part of him probably believes just because he's an amazing footballer doesn't mean he's an amazing, developed, insightful human.
It's the halo effect. Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree.
And I would think that there's still part of him that thinks that achieving 1,000 goals will help with that poor internal state.
I 100% agree with you.
Yep.
But it's just a necessary evil, in my opinion.
I wouldn't want to live like that.
But you've got your own struggles in different areas. These are not respective or relative to how Ronaldo feels about not getting 1,000 goals.
No, but I think he's, I can't really just go analyze.
What you're saying is that he's probably made his life around that one thing.
I'm saying,
Whereas you don't make your struggles around the one thing in your life.
well, anymore. I used to.
Okay.
But I'm saying that there would be some like innate lack of value that he felt when he was young that he is still striving to try fix at 39 years old.
So all the attributes, none of the proof.
Oh, did we land on Ronaldo or not?
Yeah.
Did we?
And I think that's conclusive.
Okay.
Yeah?
What?
Okay, if we were to summarize the Ronaldo topic, it's
No, I think we did summarize it well.
choose your regrets.
That is actually a good. Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Oh,
not choose your regrets.
okay.
Know that some external outcome never fits fixes an internal state.
Okay, but I think Ronaldo understands that. Do you think that Cristiano Ronaldo, arguably one of the best players in history, understands?
That is the most flawed statement ever. You're saying that, and you believe this too, you're saying that footballers, because they're good footballers, are that's the wrong word, insightful, developed human beings.
That's not what I'm saying. I don't believe in the halo effect, right? I see Stephen Bartlett spit on himself. He's flawed.
Yeah.
I'm saying that for Ronaldo, for him to get where he is, he knows that for him to develop as a player, it doesn't necessarily mean doing 20 more sprints after the training session. Ronaldo knows that.
Yes.
He knows that fixing an inner game struggle doesn't come from an inner game solution. It comes from an outer game solution. Ronaldo knows that.
Yeah, that you read that in a sports psychology book. I remember you told me to read that. No, but I don't think he knows that getting to 1,000 goals will not fix his internal state.
But it does help his narrative. Because it's an incentive for him to continue
But
doing it.
then again, like, why? Why do you need your narrative to fix that? Why can't you just be happy?
Because he does have an ego. He's got a legacy that he wants to maintain.
Which is exactly what I'm saying. It's like he's having an ego because he's trying to overcompensate for some lack of value.
Yeah, which, again, it's like, I don't disagree with. But it's like, you're saying, do I want that life? Well, I might not want the life right now, but if I go through enough and push comes to shove, and I'm like, if that life was there and I could take it, yeah, I'll give it a go.
Would you?
Yeah.
Better you than me, then. Okay, all the characteristics, but none of the proof. Go on.
All the attributes put on the proof.
Okay.
Very common theme in this couch.
Yeah, in this couch.
I was, at even one point, I was thinking, do we change the Sculpted podcast to all the attributes and none of the proof?
Were you actually?
Yeah, at one point. I think it could be like this.
That is a bit too arrogant.
No.
Yes.
Anyone can have the attributes.
No, but self-proclaiming that you've got all the attributes.
Yeah, but... Okay.
Yeah, of success
Yeah,
when
yeah.
you don't have it. It's just like,
yeah.
that is a bit grandiose delusions.
So, some things are true and some things are false. And, some things are obvious and some things are a little bit less. But I would say that the attributes are all controllable. So it's like, it's fair to assume that most people can have attributes without the proof. There's a whole heap of people with the attributes and a very few amount of people with the proof.
But not many people with all of the attributes. But then again, there's a lot of people with the success and some of the attributes that, like, lacking.
So what's more important, the proof or the attributes?
The attributes. I agree. And again, you disagree with my Ronaldo statement.
No, I don't disagree with it completely. I'm just saying I think he's aware that that is a byproduct of the
I'd
result.
love to know if he was or not, because part of me just, the way he acts and the way he's like, he's not in control of his ambitious desires,
Yeah, quite potentially not.
which means why are we getting back onto Ronaldo? Yeah,
we're not.
okay. Carry on.
All the attributes, none of the proof.
Yeah.
Do you know want to land?
No, I was bringing Ronaldo back up, and he's gonna offer me a Misfits boxing match soon.
We'll see on You Are a video of like reacting to Sculpted podcast, and it's just Ronaldo with Georgina, and they're like this on the couch.
Yeah. They're laughing
at us.
being like, look at that. Where is your button door? Look at that boy's hair.
Where's his knees?
Where's his knees?
Yeah.
Can't even see my knees.
For a reason.
Oh my, oh my lord.
That's a massive grasshopper. Look at that.
Oh my goodness.
Hey, can you not?
No,
put it
no,
forward?
I'm here on camera. That's massive. Okay. That almost just ate me alive. Oh, do this!
And I want to flee, but I can't even run away because there's so many cameras and...
Yeah. Just take your shirt off like I did and have a fit on the ground.
No, I'm not like you.
No one is.
No one's like you. You're...
So, the chosen one. Thanks. Okay. Where were we?
None of the attributes. Oh,
All of the
none of the attributes, but all of the...
All the attributes, none of the proof.
Yep.
It's a bit of a motto. I would say that it's pretty consistent. And okay, the reason why I was saying it is because I think that I was thinking in terms of your football career as well. You know how we were speaking about it last night in terms of the tofu and bofu? All of the attributes, none of the proof. It was the wrong.
That's actually what came to mind just then as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I was thinking for your football career as well, you had all of the attributes, but none of the proof. But you had proof, but it was just the knee that got in the way.
Yes. But I don't think I had all of the attributes.
Like what?
I wouldn't have thought that the way my internal state, I don't think was. Now, maybe, no. For Football Avenue, it was good.
Yeah.
For my Life Avenue, it wasn't.
Yeah, because it's a necessary evil. To play at a high level of football,
Yes.
you may need to, have some other areas of your life that are not up to scratch.
Yes.
Like,
Yeah.
there will always be areas of your life. Like, when you look at the most successful people that you identify as successful, they will
He's sitting right next to me.
and they will always have flaws in their life. Some less than others. Some will be more holistic, you could say. But there's a whole heap of them who have really, really messed up parts of their life.
Yeah.
And those are typically the people who just don't have the coping mechanisms to deal with it because either it came too quick or they were never the right people to deal with things in the first place.
Yeah.
Maybe it was just like it was a hot tour and now you're viral.
Yes. Yeah. Or you were really talented at one aspect and you thought, yeah, and you never have to develop any other.
Yeah,
Because it is very be to have, isn't it?
exactly.
If you've got a lot of talent and you have something really early
Yeah.
without being or doing the right behaviors or the right attributes, yeah, it doesn't put you in good stead.
It's
does
like what you say about wealth in terms of if you can't recreate your wealth, you have none.
it? I agree.
Well, I was just quoting you.
I agree with my own quote.
Yeah.
Funny that.
Oh!
That can't make it out.
Yeah, like, don't get out. That's giving me lit to the tears. This is episode. Zach video on himself.
Lucky it didn't go anywhere. Imagine.
Yeah, imagine this is staying on the
I
surf.
caught it well.
You did. I'm crying.
That was so bad, wasn't it?
That was horrible.
Okay, that's what happens when you have 5 hours sleep.
That is.
Feeling sick again.
There's 20 seconds left of this episode.
Is there?
No, we should be able to stand up quickly. Okay. All the attributes, none of the proof. Yeah, I think in our football careers, we had a lot of the attributes, and you don't have to have all of the attributes. You don't have to have all of the attributes to be quote unquote successful in Avenue. Like, I would say if I was to choose the top 10 attributes that I wanted as professional football, I would have probably had like a solid 8. The next 2 would have been probably lack of awareness and more of an ego. If I had my perfect 10, I would have chosen those 2.
That's so bad. Yeah, I don't look at all the attributes and other proof like that.
No, but I know it's messed up to say, but what if those are the necessary attributes for that pursuit? It's just a necessary evil.
Pursuit. That's probably where we change. Because when I say no proof, but the attributes, I think to keep progressing where I want to progress, but also live a happy life and keep developing as a person.
Yeah. You're saying it from a very holistic perspective.
Very, very.
I also agree with that.
Yeah.
Which is why I don't play football anymore.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that's sort of what we both agree.
Yeah.
So and the way I view it is sort of like what we spoke about with tofu, is that my day-to-day should reflect that, being like, just because I don't have the proof now doesn't mean what I'm doing now is wrong. So it's almost like, almost being like, this is my ideal self because eventually these characteristics or these attributes will get me to the ideal place. But it's almost, making your time scale a bit smaller.
Yeah.
But how do you know that these attributes...
You collectively understand. Like, when I first started playing football, I didn't know the right attributes that would help me to get to where I wanted. But I collectively understood which ones helped and which ones didn't. And now, looking back at it, I now have even more hindsight of if I was to do it again, of what I would have started out as doing.
Yeah. So you think you learn through experience?
You learn through experience, or you either have them from the get-go and not through experience, but only just genetic makeup. And
also modeling people
Yeah.
you aspire to be like
Yeah.
as well. So and that is, obviously you do have to learn it for yourself and put it in your own practical, realistic life. But if I was, a lot of what how I've articulated what I believe is because when I listen to Chris Williamson, he speaks a lot about that too, is that in terms of like how your internal state and your outcome, sort of like the interrelationship between them. It's sort of what I learned through football, that it wasn't probably the right way to live my life in general, but also like trying to challenge myself to align more in almost like changing the attributes that I thought were necessary is what I'm trying to say.
If you were to redo your football career, assuming you had a knee,
There's always a sly dig, isn't there?
that wasn't a dig. Like you could have said, "Oh, but I would have never made a football career because of my knee," right? That wasn't a sly dig. That was just me saying,
Yeah, but I wouldn't, if I look back, I wouldn't be like, I need to make a football career.
I'm assuming that you had the same rhetoric that you had at the very beginning of your football career, thinking, I need to become a professional footballer.
Yeah.
What would you have done differently? And again, like I agree with you in terms of the schema that we have as footballers is borderline toxic.
It is.
It's not going to make you necessarily a good person.
Yeah.
But if that's the pursuit that you want to go down, then tell me what the attributes that you would have had.
No.
Okay. Thanks for this episode of Stop the Podcast.
No, I would say that was close. Oh, that's your clip at the start of the pod. Yeah. I would say that I would challenge why I need to be a professional footballer. Yes. I could, and hopefully, if you sort of, because I think there was a point that it changed where I went from wanting to be a professional footballer because I loved it to wanting to be a professional footballer because this person said I couldn't be, or because I felt inadequate in this sense.
Interesting.
Yeah. And then most of my progress was made once I was more, I need to be a professional footballer because of this.
Mine's
and
the
that's
exact
inadequate.
opposite. I started off because everyone thought that I couldn't, and then I realized that was the wrong way of doing it. And then I was like, I want to do it because I believe I can do it.
Yeah. See, I had the opposite opposite view. And I would, it's very hard because when you're at a young age, the external influences you have, whether that be your like parents or your coaches, you almost need them to be instilling a message in you.
Mm-hmm.
Like we kind of spoke to Dan about,
Yeah.
is that the whole message I think for young players should be, it's not important how good you are at football. It's important you enjoy it, and also the lessons you learn from football.
Yeah,
Being
process orientated.
orientated.
Yeah.
And that's what I would encourage more.
But we were process orientated.
I was yeah. But you can be process orientated, but driven to be a professional footballer because you love it. Imagine kicking a ball around for a living. That's an amazing life, right? And imagine if it was that for that. Where is that? Just for that.
Whereas say money is the root problem to it.
I wouldn't say it was money.
No. I'm saying that if football was just football, we could play football. Money is the root problem.
Money and attention.
Yeah.
Because that's what I was driven to. I was like, the status that you would get through football. Yeah. Yeah.
Which is why so many people think football is such a good job. Because
All footballers are such great people.
all footballers are such great people.
When they're not.
Yeah.
That's why 20-year-olds make mistakes and they're in the news headlines. Because even if you can kick a ball around really well, doesn't mean you're an amazing person. But yeah, that's what I don't know how realistic that is to like the attributes I would change.
Yeah.
Because I think you're right. I had most of the attributes that were good for football, and I still learned valuable lessons and valuable skills. But I think, the jet fuel that was sort of powering those attributes was wrong.
It's also not that we didn't make it as professionals either. We both had a year of professional football.
Yeah.
So it's not that we didn't make it as professional footballers. It was the fact that we both had health issues that then, I mean, imagine that we had no health issues and we're still playing football now. Would we still be professional? I'd like to imagine.
Yeah, I would hate. I'm very thankful that I'm not. Are you?
I look at some, like I watch training sometimes every now and then. I'm like, I really love playing football like that. And I love being so like indoctrinated in the football life.
Seriously?
I did.
Wow.
But I also love being really indoctrinated in the business life.
Yeah.
And now I look at like Elon Musk and I'm like, we could only dream. And there's stories about him like sleeping in like, I don't know, a rocket and yeah, it's like doing some stupid stuff.
Yeah.
So, I get in the dream of sleeping in a rocket.
Yep.
Yeah.
Don't know what that's got to do with football, but I think that's a good one to end on.
We do need to wrap this one up. Okay. We can only dream of sleeping in rockets.
Yes.
Doesn't-
I hope you gained something from that Ronaldo rant plus the
fanboy.
Ronaldo fanboying on this side.
I love Ronaldo. My biggest.
Your biggest fan. Okay.
He's my biggest fan.
He's-
Did you see that Mr. Beast video with the guy who won $1 million versus Ronaldo? And he said that to Ronaldo, you're my biggest fan. That would have been me.
Oh, really?
Yeah. He's like, I mean, I would have just said it with a straight face. Chris, you're my biggest fan.
Chris.
Yeah. First name basis.
Oh,
love it.
Nickname basis.
Yeah. They'd say Nicky, maybe. I don't know that.
Tricky Nick.
Tricky Nick. There we go.
Tricky Nick 1, 2, 3. Okay.
So guys, make sure you like and subscribe. Follow us on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. Subscribe, comment. Make sure you comment because we read comments. Apparently, do we? I'll give it to someone to do.
Alfio does.
Alfio should. And well, he gets paid to. So make sure you subscribe, like, follow, say hi to Jack on Instagram.
I don't have Instagram. Say hi to Jack on Instagram.
Say hi to Jack on Instagram. And download the Sculpted app. Jack is now a co-founder of the Sculpted app. And welcome. Woo! So that's cool. Start today with us, what we're doing. Big things coming soon. And enjoy the rest of your Monday. Anything from you?
No.
No, but say something. It's rude not to.
No, I got nothing to add.
Was that good?
It was that good.
Thank you. No, say something because it's a little bit disrespectful. Like the listeners need to hear you.
Subscribe. Good. Allah Ta'ala.